Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. So, we've kind of explored most of, if not all of the Koronus Expanse by this point. The one thing I know we haven't explored is the Imperium, which I'm not sure is a good thing to go to at this point. But otherwise, like, the only things I know we haven't explored are things that it doesn't let us explore at this point, which are like the Savannah world that has the Eye of the Magnetic Storm that's going on, that it says we need better augers to explore, and a bunch of little things like that where it's like, hey, you literally can't explore this yet. Otherwise, the only thing quest-wise that I have left that I know I can do right now is to go to Dargonis for my major quest. Otherwise, it's a bunch of little stuff where, like, I'm sure I could probably do something if I scoured the entire map of the Koronus Expanse over and over again until I found something, but realistically, that's going to be a lot of hours worth of work for probably very minimal payoff. So I figured I would finally bite the bullet after all the exploring I've done and go to Dargonus in the Mundus Valencius system. Now, I'm sure there's other worlds in the Mundus Valencius system, just like where Janus was and with Kiava Gamma, but that is the plan, is today to go to Dargonus finally. The reason I kind of left this one for last is I actually was going to leave Janus for last. However, things happened and we went there first. But this world seems, from the overview that I was kind of given at the beginning, if I recall correctly, which I probably don't, is this is the world that we can afford to lose the least. However, it seemed to be in the least amount of danger, and other than just establishing contact with it, essentially all I had to do here was go and be recognized as the official new rogue trader of the Von Valencius dynasty and sign a few things of paperwork. And that didn't seem too interesting to me. I'm sure there's actually going to be things that happen here, but it sounded the least interesting to me. And that's really the overview that I got from it, if I recall correctly, of, hey, you need to go here to be recognized as the Von Valencius heir, like officially. I can still act as the rogue trader, but I need to go here to be recognized, and I need to go here to do some paperwork. Now, it is like the official hub, if I recall correctly, so it is a very important world, so I do expect things to go down, but realistically, I don't know what's going to happen here, because with like Kiava Gamma, we knew things from the get-go were really, really bad there, and we weren't sure we were going to get the world back. And with the Janus, we kind of knew that like something was going down because it was our Agra world, and if we lost that, bad things were going to happen. But realistically, I don't know what to expect from this, because like it's one of those things of, I was not given too much of an overview here. And the overview I was given was, not great. Wait, another heroics room? Didn't I already destroy one of these? Uh-oh. Did I destroy the wrong one? Okay. Well, first of all, Lord Captain, Master Helmsman on the line. I can report that the quest for the capital world of the Von Valencius dynasty is finally at an end. Dargonus is straight ahead. We have received countless greetings. Your subjects would like to know when their master will be arriving. The merchant captains taking refuge in the orbital docks of Dargonus race to send you priceless welcoming gifts, hoping to buy your favor and make an impression on the rogue trader. Tell Dargonus that the rogue trader is coming home. It will be done, Lord Captain. After the connection to the Master Helmsman is cut, the device crackles with Heinrich's voice. Lord Captain, I will be pleased to accompany during your visit to Dargonus so I can... Oh, yeah, that's right. He had a agent on Dargonus that he wanted to introduce us to. I totally forgot about that. I'm like, why does Heinrich want to come? I really did not want Heinrich to come. This is going to be interesting because I have like 3 or 4 people who want to go to Dargonus with me, so I'm not going to be able to take my normal party. Which is like 5 normal people and then a 6th, and that 6th slot was going to start being Solomorn. So the party is going to be a little bit weird. Lord Captain, I will be pleased to accompany you during your visit to Dargonus so I can personally introduce Achilles Scalander, a servant of the Golden Throne who previously attended Lady Theodora on Dargonus. I am counting on your benevolence. Vox ends with a click. So Dargonus is down here. There's an Adeptus Mechanicus ship. I'm gonna hit all of this stuff first, just so we have everything before going to Dargonus. Because I'm not sure what's gonna... just some phlogiston that I can't mine there. But that's just so I have everything I know I can get before going there, just in case things go wrong. Intriguing surface topography. It is possible that molten rock of the mantle poured out as a consequence of natural cataclysm, or a collision with a celestial body. I'm guessing that would be the sun from the lava world. So, I'm a little confused here with the Void Fort Heroics Rim here, because there is another Heroics Rim that I utterly demolished. So, I'm kind of confused why this one's here, but that was in a different system. Lord Captain, the commander of Heroics Rim, reports that Outpost is keeping a vigilant eye over the vicinity of the capital world. No enemy ships or unauthorized vessels have been detected. Okay, so this one is helping us, I'm assuming. Although they're both called Heroics Rims, so that's why I'm confused. A gas giant with nothing on it. There's an Adeptus Mechanicus ship that I kind of want to go to here quickly. Lord Captain, a transport shuttle bearing the markings of the Adeptus Mechanicus is approaching the ship. Magos Tarsus delegation intends to board our ship and gain an audience with your lordship. This is exactly how he phrased it. He intends, not humbly requests. Many of my tech comrades neglect diplomacy when interacting with laity. It is regrettable. You know, what is laity? Because that's like the third or fourth time they've used that. Lay people as in distinct from the clergy or ordinary people. Okay. The more you know. Do we know what they want? The honorable servants of the Omnisci have ignored our request. Such arrogance is hardly trivial. It rather appears to be part of their intimidation tactics. Well, receive them, because they're coming here for a reason. But if they disrespect me, I do reserve their right to shove them out of the airlock or worse. It will be done, Lord Captain, requesting permission to be present at the audience granted to my tech comrades. Okay. I have a feeling this is going to go bad, especially if I'm choosing my party members, so I will choose my normal people here, but we'll see what happens. Why is it paused as soon as I get in here? And what happened to Abelard? Hey, Abelard, buddy. You okay there? Actually, my character's doing the same thing. What is going on here? Okay. Oh, it's Opticon 22? We know Opticon 22. A group dressed in crimson of the priesthood of Mars walks towards you. Their gazes are fixed on Pascal. You note that the group is not monolithic. Some of the members are more heavily armed and follow a large tech priest clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance and cast inquiring looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture belies his tall frame. Despite the hood hiding his face, you recognize him as Opticon 22, who you encountered on Footfall. So yeah, we know Opticon 22, so why is he here? The enormous tech priest points a hand at Pascal and lets out a booming roar, not unlike a factory alarm. It makes your very bones vibrate. Herald servo skulls marked with the emblem of the cog follow in his wake. They blare shrilly, "Thou shalt not suffer a heretic in thy forge, for rust begets rust." Pascal Hanuman, in the name of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest? What? Punchant servant of the Omnissiah turns to you. Diplomacy mode engaged. Announcement. The Adeptus Mechanicus offers the apologies for. Would like to inform you of necessity of conducting an operation to detain, arrest, terminate a faulty unit of the rogue trader's territory. Your accusation does not follow protocol. You have no authority on the rogue trader's ship. You did not account for Pascal's status as a member of his retinue. Shall I continue? Or is the inadequacy of your arrest clear enough already? The statements are true. However, I am prepared to answer my tech comrade's accusations. Further intervention from this unit, Solomon, is undesirable for ideological reasons. Let's study the two priests of Mars. You identify rare armor under the enormous tech priest is wearing as the Secutor's plated mechanized suit. It carries the imprints of many battles and has markings that announce its status as a relic. Some of the armor's damage looks fairly severe to the point of endangering its operation. The slivers of flesh revealed under the steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. Every now and then, convulsions shake the tech priest's body, and a painful sounding hiss comes from his vox. The tech priest who spoke to you looks more peaceful and makes a point of not drawing his weapons. There is an air of concern about the way he frequently glances over at his fellow, scrutinizing his condition. So who are you, first of all? In a burst of chattering, the servo skulls hasten to translate their master's mighty binary howl. An instrument of the Omnissiah is authorized to punish and extract vengeance, known by the designation Tazrus Hanuman. So they're both Hanuman. Identification codes recognized and confirmed. These two units are who they declare themselves to be. On what charges are you trying to arrest a member of my retinue? This heretic is accused of stealing personal identification codes, spreading tech heresy on the world Kiava Gamma, and making an attempt on a life of the servant of an Omnissiah. The deafening roar of the tech priest's vox make you grimace in pain. You touch your ear and notice blood on your fingers. So they're making us bleed from our ears just by talking. The faulty unit will be removed. In the name of the Omnissiah, I condemn you. Lightning flashes across the warrior's armor. Agony resounds in the blare of his vox alarm. In contrast, Pascal squeaks quietly and coldly. You are malfunctioning, tech comrade. I deem your logical conclusions questionable. This statement is false. Tech brother Tarzus Hanuman is willingly undergoing holy torment deterioration. However, which does not critically affect his cognitive capacity for data analysis. Unit calling itself Pascal Hanuman, we have information that implicates you, having learned that you are a member of the retinue, a maintenance specialist in the service of the rogue trader von Valencius. We have come here with the goal of meeting you, intercepting you, engaging you in combat. How do you suppose Pascal was involved in the events of Cavia Gamma? Our data suggests that the unit, which used the Magos Explorer Hanuman's identification code, was performed an unauthorized upgrade on the planetary Vox array and introduced data deemed to be scrap code into its operation. So that's actually false. It was a different Hanuman. This fact points to the unit's criminal complicity with the heretic Cubus Delphrum. Well then, in that case, Pascal, what do you have to say? He replies firmly, his vox crackling with a hint of indignation. I deny these charges. I never plotted against my tech comrade. My cognitive purity vows were never distorted. My unique identification code was never stolen. I am a true Magos Explorer Hanuman, and I am not guilty. The tech priest's deep guttural roar blends with the servo skull's high-pitched whine. False witness. So I'm going to point to that guy. You have proof that this tech priest is who he claims to be. Confirmed. According to the archive entry 1E99237, Magos Explorer Tarzus Hanuman served on maintenance the ship identifier classified In the capacity of reliquary caretaker, he sustained extensive damage to both the organic and sacred part of his body in a series of sacrilegious breaches to the right of Operation an Assassination Attempt. Owing to statistically fortunate coincidence, by the Omnisci's grace, enough of his operational capacity was preserved for him to don a Goliath model battle harness, which would preserve his vital functionality. Archive entry personnel data sealed by the captain of Identifier Classified. He is not who he claims to be. The sound of the tech priest vox is like the moan of bending steel beam. The servo skull declares, "For vengeance I thirst as I tread the path of vengeance." Okay then. Following a blasphemous miscreant's bloody tracks. Analysis of the security system showed the assassins heretics infiltrated the reliquary using tech brother Tarsus's unique identification code. See, they use his identification code, and he's not, being arrested. Someone had stolen duplicated brother Tarsus's identity, which is a grade 3 transgression, and the unit making alleged criminal claim against being Pascal Hanuman is known to have previously entered the stolen code. I'm not handing Pascal over until I see evidence. Request approved. Ready to work in cooperative mode. Tarsus gives a haughty look and lets out a howl of wrath. Archiving. Tech brother. Tarsus opposes lay participation in the investigation in search of the truth. The unit Opticon 22 advises in favor of House von Valencius's representative. Brother Tarsus doesn't want us to participate, but Opticon advises in favor of the representation's participation. Okay. Yeah, persuasion 100%. I've been to Kiava Gamma, and I can assure you Pascal had nothing to do with it. Persuasion test succeeded. Request for cooperation reviewed and accepted. I request Tech Brother Tarsus's consent to the co-participation of representative of the Von Valencius dynasty in the investigation proceedings. A sacrilegious conspiracy. I refuse help from laypersons. I am a cog of Deus Mechanicus that grinds down corruption, and I will carry out the sentence immediately. Oh. What did Pascal just do? Pascal freezes, but a green spark lights up his visor. He extends a hand towards Tarsus and replies in a clanging voice, "Let the cycle be discontinued." You realize Pascal's words are coming from his own vox and Tarsus's. Then every sensor in the executioner's battle harness lights up at once blindingly, and the wounded armored Leviathan lets out a deafening roar of pain. Attention. Priority notification. Service units of the Kappa Thread supply line are unauthorized to confront a rogue traitor. Command, retreat, and reinitiate the negotiations. Oh, they're attacking me. And even Opticon's like, no, you can't do that.
Your struggles are in vain.
So, bunch of servitors, his personal technomats, and then him. And then Opticon's like, no, I'm out of here. Alright, well, Cassia, can you get behind some cover there, please? Pascal can get behind that booth. Hey, RG, we're gonna go right here so you can shoot all of them. Solomorn, you can go right here for now. I'm gonna go right here to hit everyone, and then we're gonna go right here with Abelard. That sounds like a plan. We're going to put the front line right here so they take more damage. We're gonna kill zone that.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Air of authority on RG. Oh, we can't do that. Fine, on Pascal, he's gonna have some fun. He's gonna win this himself. Air of authority him. And then we're gonna do bring it down.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Then we're gonna blinding strike the middle of these three. Tarzus, do you have a... He only has an Omniscient axe. It looks like he's not gonna shoot the gun. But he does have Reject the Flush 4. So this would do like 40 damage to him? Well, let's see what else we can do here. If I did Strafe, Barty could hit these two. Yeah, and then we can do Reject the Flush on him. Which we've hit with... I think that's what we did before, is he did Reject the Flush. And then we're going to do a backline right here for the cover.
This a job for the serfs.
And then let's give these two crit rate.
You insist, Lord Captain.
How'd that one work for you?
My ears are ringing.
Why are you running up into him and then running away? That makes no sense. Oh, I was holding down space by accident. Sorry, RG. Oh, that's a Skitterus.
An exemplary strike.
That makes no sense to me. They're running forward and then back. Like right into melee with Abelard.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to mark... Everything here is at... Oh, they're tier 2s. Two. The only thing that's a tier 3 or a tier 4... The Skitterus is a tier 3. So let's go with the Skitterus here. We'll leave Tarzus for some other people. So analyze the Skitterus. Gonna mark it as a bounty. I'm also gonna mark Tarzus there as a bounty for later.
Guides me.
Gonna do a piercing shot. We're gonna do Call the Bold. Surefire plan. Hit the Skitterus, which will go into the Technomat there.
Shatter the spirit.
Can do Claim Bounty, taking him out. Which gives me a few extra things so I can do
One step closer.
Expose there. And we can just do Perfect Spot. Abelard. Defensive stance. Let's charge the guys back here. That way you can hit all three of them, if need be. Taunting the Servitor. Oh, I gave the shield thing to the other guy. Endure.
Someone else can do this.
Hit the Technomat.
At your beck and call.
Then... Glato, let's do Apprehend on the Sharpshooter right there. I was thinking maybe I could hit him, but no, we gotta move. This guy's in the way. Yeah, we can do that. Take both of them out with
Formation.
Glado gets hit. He gets hit. Sorry, buddy. Then bite. Go. Oh, we can't do that. Probably because he's not close enough. Apprehend.
Even my dog wouldn't do that.
Oh, that's just because he's not in line of sight. Bite the Technomat
Plato,
right there. Take him out.
this task.
There we go.
I'll take it as a
Can
priority.
burn him. Run and gun to reposition. I go right here. I can hit both of them. And hit him with that bleeding shot. Grizzly Education. Then, Revel and Slaughter. And we're good. Hey, Pascal. Blinding Strike. Hey, Tarzus. Let's go right here for now. Can you one-hit this guy? What if we do the charge shot there? Probably. Vicar down. Strafe through Tarzus. There we go. Hey, Opticon, how you doing? Requesting cessation of hostilities. Pascal, what did you do to your brother? Unable to fulfill requests, the Omnissiah granted me an epiphany, and I mutated the maimed machine spirit that was filling Tarzus' mind with fury. I do not fully understand the manner of my appeal to it. This situation perfectly mirrors the incident on Rykad Miners, where I appealed to the machine spirit of a malfunctioning mechanism and laid it to rest. Point to Tarzus, help your brother. The unit that called itself Tarzus Hanuman is dead, has been disabled. The material asset is beyond restoration or reuse as spare parts. Beyond use as spare parts, that is rough. After a pause, Pascal bows his head and a binary requiem pours out of his vox. Despite his misconceptions, he was a servant of the Omnissiah. Well, I'm sorry you had to do that to your comrade. I also regret having a negative assessment of this event. The Adeptus Mechanicus will still accuse the unit identifying itself as Pascal Hahnemann of criminal theft of a unique identification code. Unlike Tech Brother Tarzus, I am not authorized to immediately execute the unit, but neither am I authorized to drop the inquiry. There are no apostates among us. The piercing voice from the Fox synth is more overwhelming than Tarzus' thunderous roar. Tech Brother Tarzus and the machine spirit that lived in his battle harness succumbed to the suffering that beset them. Their judgment was rash and erroneous. Now that their torment is over, I declare them martyrs and am requisitioning Tarzus Hanuman's neural augment for the purposes of preserving his blessed memory. The astonished tech priest looks up. Pascal leans over the slain man's body and extracts the augment from his skull. His movements are as precise as they are respectful. Whatever you did, do it. It's working. With each word, Pascal's voice grows more powerful and majestic. You saw the agony your tech brother Tarzus was in. His unbridled, pain-spurred faith intimidated you, yet you were silent. Reverence stopped you from raising your voice to proclaim that the machine spirit with which his mind had merged was morbidly afflicted. The imperative of reverence had paralyzed your will, and you watched a tragedy unfold in silence. The sixth universal law states that comprehension is the true path to knowledge, yet the procedural cycle has robbed you of your comprehension. Therefore, let this cycle be discontinued. There's a clang as Opticon's knee presses into the floor. Crimson hooded heads are bowed. Let the cycle be discontinued. The radiant light pouring over Pascal's visor dims dimmer. Static creeps back into his voice. Let the cycle be discontinued, tech comrades. So now that this has been resolved, you remain on my ship. Is there a reason for that? We'll be leaving now? Oh. That was a you may remain aboard my ship. Request denied, they'll be leaving, I'm guessing. The Kappa Thread supply line delegation is leaving. Dargonis expressed gratitude for the hospitality ceasefire and proclaims its intent to return to Footfall to resume performing its regular function. The tech priest looks at Pascal as if waiting for something. Pascal's mechadendrites briefly touches the shoulder of Opticon 22, who bows respectfully. Okay then. So do we get that relic then that he had? The relic armor? Oh, just the Omniscient axe. I was kind of low-key hoping for the armor that he supposedly had, but I might have been reading that wrong, and that might have been... No, it probably was this guy's. I was like, maybe that belonged to Opticon? But no, it was probably him, and it's probably, like Opticon mentioned, broken to beyond repair, and not even worthy of spare parts. Because it was super damaged even before the combat part of it, and then we kind of put it full of bullets and ripped it apart with the eagle. Alright, well, I think that means we can go to Dargonis now. Let's see what happens. Ooh, what's all that? Because that 100% looks like artillery. So we can go to the Administratum or the Von Valentius Palace. I know we have to go to the Administratum for different things, and that's for J. But if we go to the... Yeah, let's do that first. And this gets J... Oh, you know what? This is going to be kind of a weird thing. I'm going to get J, like, recognized as a traitor before I go and get myself recognized as the rogue traitor. So I've never been to anywhere here. Are my eyes failing me, or did the rogue trader's shoulder just brush me? No, I went up behind you. Welcome to the Palace of the Adeptus Administratum, your lordship. Please follow me. Okay. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Continue in this direction to reach your designation. Your visit has been logged. I thought the goods were going to be the door there for a moment. That is a lot of holy relics. Oh, that's jewelry. I thought they were different. Still, nonetheless. A lot of papers here. Towering piles of paper and endless shelves heaving with ledgers evoke special reverence for the laws of the God Emperor and in the hearts of the servants of the Adeptus Administratum. Oh, there's a special paper here. What's the special paper? Dusty note. Elam, I know it hasn't even been a full cycle since I was appointed, but please cover for me with the Master of Seals. For Emperor's sake, I completely forgot about one extremely important seal. I'm going to run upstairs to do it. I don't think it will take long. I will be back within a couple of hours to get one seal, really? The note is covered in a thick layer of dust, just like the table on which it lies. That can't be good. That can't be good at all. Chronicle of Case 68302720-LA2987 B4-126. The parchment looks grease-marked and old, as though it had been passed through many, many pairs of hands. Servant of the Imperium, Ellis Tantanal filed a declaration with the Adeptus Administratum that he is the sole heir of House Tantanal and the legal sovereign of the northern continent of planet Ergonon Rex. According to the submission, Elias cannot exercise his right to the inheritance as the wider family tree includes an individual who shares his full legal name. According to the petitioner, this individual is his great-grandfather. Given the loss of documents confirming the death of the second claimant to the inheritance, Elias is petitioning for the confirmation of the relative's death and permission to the enactment of his inheritance right. Petition received. Preliminary review up to 15 Terran years. Forward for review 23 Terran years, 4 cycles from date of submission. Request of copy of death certificate from Elias sent to Archive of Department 28 Terran years, 2 cycles from date of submission. Request rejected 39 years, 11 cycles from submission. I think a cycle is a month. Second request sent from Archive, 44 Terran years, 4 cycles from submission. Request approved, 52 Terran years from submission. After 48 repeated petitions from Elias, a third request was sent from Archive, 79 Terran years, 7 cycles from petition. Copy of death certificate of Elias, great-grandfather to the petitioner, received. 84 Terran years, 6 cycles from petition. Documents forwarded from formulation of decision granting permission from the enactment of the inheritance. Sole heir of his house and legal sovereign of the northern continent of the planet Ergona Rex, 101 Terran years, 5 cycles from date of submission. Death of Elias recorded by servants of the Adeptus Administratum, place of death 106 years, 2 cycles from date of submission. Death certificate of Elias Tantal sent to Archives of Department of... So between his actual death and the death certificate, there was 8 years and 8 cycles. Petition of the enactment of inheritance rights following the death of Elliot and the issuance of a copy of death certificate received for the deceased daughters Elysia. Oh, geez. That is so bad. That is so bad. So there's goods right here. Another report kind of like that. Hey, Master of Seals. An ancient-looking woman in a voluminous robe peers at you critically through her ocular lens when you descend into the bowels of her bureaucratic domain. Another noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All you highborn ever want is just to ask. But what about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who is going to follow protocol? Jay glances at you and whispers, what? So I paid off a few clerks and let us skip queue. Shireen, your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Very well, just don't stand there. You're here now, or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? The old woman beckons to a servo skull floating nearby. Begin entry, current hour, current turn, current cycle, 41st millennium. Metal manipulators immediately begin feverishly clacking, taking dictation. Don't you know who I am? Miacidae von Valancius, sole heir of rogue trader Theodora von Valancius, may the throne's radiance guide her path on the other side. In a practiced move, the Master of Seals twists her magnifying ocular lens and examines the ledger in front of her, the sole person to publicly assert their claim to be precise. Abelard Worsarian, the woman directs her gaze over to your shoulder, sensual right hand to now departed Theodora von Valancius, and now to her exact heir, the colorless... The colorless eyes of the Master of Seals fix on Cassia, a lady navigator of House Arcelia, whose name and deeds are unknown to me. She points her finger at the ledger. It says here that the Von Valancius dynasty has owed your house 1 gold throne for 30 Terran years. Here, take this, and at last I will mark the matter closed. Cassia stares in puzzlement at a gleaming coin in her hand. House Orsilio thanks you for your service, Master of Seals. A golden throne. The woman smacks her lips with satisfaction and nods curtly. Of course I know who's standing before me. It's my job to know. Jay shifts, deliberately putting her jeweled augmetic on display. Does that mean my reputation has preceded me, esteemed Demare? No, I haven't received no reports about you. My companion wishes to obtain a Mercurium tabula officiae. She peers over her ocular lens at Jay in disbelief, then looks at you. I take it you are her sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template 404.01 as a written permission in the proceeding and notarization of the personal data at your most sacred patronage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Hidari. Mistress Hidari, the form for collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercurium tabulae officiae, the certificate of an official trade representative. At these words, the smile drops from Jay's face. Seals? What seals? We will discuss that when Miacidae von Valancius has prepared the primary documentation. So we came here to get all this done, and we're like, you need the paperwork. I don't care that he is the rogue trader. He needs to do the paperwork. Abelard lets out a stoic sigh and rolls his eyes. You get the feeling that this is not his first personal interaction with the administration bureaucracy, nor is it his second. And, there's no way of getting around these formalities. Fear the wrath of the immortal one, your lordship. What would become of your protectorate, or even the Imperium itself, if every person did what you are proposing? No, Lex Imperialis, Volume 249, Paragraph 18.2, Amendum of the 12th year of the previous millennium clearly states, actions that circumvent the sacred law of the Imperium in pursuit of personal gain are a manifestation of human weakness, in which is a subject to eradicate. Jay, you're helping me with the paperwork. Complete the application form 404.01. The perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment, but for the first few minutes, the obfuscatory phrasing, footnotes, and adamants, you are forced to write out the same detail over and over about you, the Protectorate, Theodora von Valancius, J, and then about every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. Oh, this just sounds like government paperwork to me, which I hate so much. Only 1 hour has passed? Really? All that paperwork in 1 hour? The Master of Seals nods in approval and stows the scroll into a tube labeled with your name. Next is the consent form for processing and notarizing the personal data in your most sacred patronage. Jay, this better be worth it. Give your written consent on the presented form, Jay. That took another hour just to sign all that stuff, and the scroll is whipped away in another tube by the Master of Seals. Protocol executed. Application received, processed, approved. The servo skull scribe taps out each word after its mistress's pronouncement. You know, how bad would it be if she had to write out each of these things individually? Come on, esteemed Dama, what were you saying about seals? The old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jay. Here is your document, Mistress Hidari. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred mercantanum tabula officiae once it has received 2 seals of approval. Very easy to obtain. In the Imperium Court Administratum, servitors have been handing out such tasks for over 50 years. There is one such servitor here on Dargonis in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The other is duty-bound to keep the seal in Telecos Epsilon system. Oh, so we have to go to Telecos Epsilon to help her. So, okay. Having them place 2 seals of approval, the goal is clear. She nods with satisfaction. Please do return once you have prepared the documents. Jay, what have you gotten me into? What in the unholy hell have you gotten me into, Jay?
Let's seize the opportunity.
So, we know one of them is in my palace. That's going to be a really easy go-to and get. So, what I'm going to do here really, really quick, because kind of like with the Kiava Gamma one, there was stuff right before landing on Dargonus. Oh, it's on Janus. Gotcha. I'm just going to go to Janus here really quick and get that other seal. That way, when I land on Dargonus and actually go to my palace, I just have it done. Actually, it was this way. I wasn't expecting to have to leave Dargonus to get this done, but Jay wants this thing done for this quest, so I figure might as well get this while we have the ability to do it. Once we finish Dargonus, kind of like I had mentioned before, I'm not sure what's going to happen, so I kind of want all my stuff done. Well, it's not Governor Viat's estate anymore. I can tell you that much. Thank you for the greeting.
Intriguing.
You know, can Quint help me with this at all? That's a good question. Yeah, I require a seal to certify the Imperium officially. Of course, it would be an honor to assist the rogue trader. Wait but a few minutes, your lordship, and a humble servant will have your seal ready. Jay's expression is pensive as she twists the lock around her metal finger. Interesting, Shireen. I assumed we would be dealing with servitors, but no, some places in your domain still have this work being performed by people of flesh and blood. I beg your pardon, what's this about servitors? I faithfully perform my sacred duties to the Imperium and the Administratum all my life, and guarding the seal is part of that, and after half a century not a single seal is damaged. I keep them in a special case and I oil the handles every month as the rule stipulates. Jay shrugs. I'm merely repeating the word of the Master of Seals on Dargonus. Servitors have replaced an entire category of lowly bureaucrats assigned to the Von Valencius planet, so around 10 years ago now? But after 70 years of service and not a single directive, not from a Holy Terra or from Dargonus, a complete breakdown in communication? What a farce! What a complete insult against all processes! But this is easily remedied. If the Administratum requires such a servant, I will immediately begin preparations for servitization. The will of the Lex Imperialis is supreme. No, do not become a servitor. Do not. Jade nervously licks her lips. She clearly did not expect this response from Remark. Attilis, do not think the Exalted One has any particular desire to see you lobotomized and turned into a mindless clanking ghoul just because someone somewhere changed a law. Iconoclast persuasion. You can serve humanity while remaining as you are. Could a servitor replace a true administrative officer who is as passionate about his work? Oh, of course you're right. I will continue to serve Jadis and the Von Valencius Protectorate as before, and today I will dispatch a request for copies of edicts issued by the Imperium over the last 50 years. Who knows what else I might have missed here on Janus. Jay lets out a breath, obviously relieved. That's wonderful, Attilis, just wonderful. Just don't go poking at your eyes with a long needle, at least until you receive a direct order to do so from your precious administratum. Here you are. The secretary pre-offers a sealed certificate with care, and may the Emperor bless your path. So, have a good day there, sir. Have a good day. I'm gonna be leaving now, and you do your thing. This is, for bureaucratic paperwork stuff, that is kind of amazing. I have to admit, I did not expect a paperwork quest to be that humorous. Alright, so now we're essentially set up, and we can go to the actual palace, which I'm not sure how long or short that will be in the next episode, but that is going to be the... I'm just going to make this safe. But that's going to be the goal for the next episode, is we're going to get into the actual meat of the Dargonus stuff, because, well, we've gotten all the landing stuff done. We got the side area of Dargonus done. So now it's just to go to the... like planetfall stuff and meet with all the people and do whatever the main quest is on the Von Valancius planet while getting the second seal for Jay. And we'll go with that and see what happens. So we'll continue from there next time and just see what happens. The party for that's going to be a little weird. Just kind of showing this here. Because I'm assuming I'm going to want to take Jay to get that quest done. I think I have to take Heinrichs. I know I have to take Solomorn as well for that quest. For another quest. So, like, those are 3 of my 6 slots already. So I might not be taking Cassia. And then, because I might try to go without Argenta just to spice things up. Because she makes things really, really easy right now. But we'll see how things kind of go. But, yeah. We'll see how the group goes. But, essentially, 3 of my 6 are already picked. So, we'll see how that kind of goes. But, have some fun with that in the next episode. So, that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. And otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I will see you next time. And please, have a good one.